What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So it is officially 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. Just calm the fuck down. Last year was just yesterday. All right. Well, listen. I want to talk about some things. I want to address some things, and basically, the overall message of this video is that we need change in 2024. Not just in boxing, but in this world, period. The mindsets of people have been so corrupted, and people are very quick to defend people even when they're wrong. Okay, and that's part of why you have so many people dying, why you have so many people going to prison. They get to a certain point where they always jump in front of a camera. Okay, and if you wanted to, I can address this to everybody. Okay, but you know, we speaking about fighters right now, and within our black communities, I can tell you, everybody they think they can just become a rapper. They start rapping, but they still trapping. Why you selling drugs and rapping at the same time? You start boxing, you still hanging with trappers. That's not trying to get their life together. Nah, I'm still gonna be out here, right? So you get to a point where you make it out, just to wind up losing it all. Now that's their concern. You understand what I mean? So with me, it's not gonna be when they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're not doing it for me. It's their life. But I got the right to speak on it, just like they got the right to speak and say dumb shit, right? So when it's all good. But the second you say something to address some dumb shit that they say and do, it's excuses for them. And I don't ride like that. Now, it's not the cool thing to pay attention to wisdom, to pay attention to the words of somebody that's been around the block a few times, that been through some shit, that understands where that shit leads you to. But nah, it's cool to sit back and LOL, LOL, OMG, that's my nigga. Yo, you gotta love this nigga. And as soon as they end up losing it all, yo, that's fucked up what happened to the homie. Now what's fucked up is the homie don't learn from other people that done made the same fucked up mistakes that he made. Okay, now let me start off with this right here. I want to address this real quick. So, I did a video, which I made mentions of, that, you take a guy, Javante Ching Davis, to be, specific, who went to his old block, bought property up on the block so he can make affordable housing for people that, where they can help better their life, to help them out somewhat, Well, he do that, right? And y'all know what happened. Somebody decided he wanted to burn the building. Okay. It was okay for me to say that, but he makes a comment because Showbiz the Adult is talking about him on his channel or whatever, and he makes a comment where he's talking about how he changed his name. And he's basically saying, like, he changed his name, and you should call him by his new name, right? Abdul Wahid, right? Okay, well, the reality is, when you do that, and then you get a message saying, I'll still slap the shit out of you. See, I'm gonna explain that type of behavior, though. It's ignorance and it's immaturity. But I know that what people do, and especially with Islam, they use that to they want to feel militant minded, and they use it all the wrong way. And they think because they making money and they start screaming out Allahu Akbar, and Inshallah and all that, they think that really means something. They think even if they go to the mosque and pray and all that, that means something. You got dudes, go to church, go to the mosque, pray, do all that, leave and go to the strip club. They fornicate, they commit adultery, they do all that shit. But they call themselves holy men. Do you know what the name Abdul Wahid means? It means servant of the one. You understand? What is Islam? totally submit yourself to God, His will, His way. You got ministers stand up in church now talking about, you know what I'm saying, God don't want us out here killing each other, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Niggas out here killing, niggas out here dying every day. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be out here spreading love, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? God, this is ministers. Ministers are standing up in church telling people don't marry out of love. Love ain't gonna keep you together when them bills get high. You know what I'm saying? Love ain't gonna keep you together. You need money. You gotta marry based on high value, low value. The morale of human beings is at an all-time low. Nobody wants to get married anymore. Nobody believes in marriage anymore. People are scared of it. All you have is a bunch of baby daddies and baby mamas. You got married couples that refer to each other as my baby daddy, my baby mama. Or you don't want nobody to know that you're married. Huh? I got you. Well, look, I don't sugarcoat what I'm going to say for nobody. Just like they don't sugarcoat it. Was it necessary to make that comment? I'll still slap the shit out you. What we supposed to 10 crazy. That nigga crazy. He be wild. That's the same type of stupid, childish behavior that got his ass locked up, right? Anytime this man fight, I'm always pushing for Tank to win. So I'm the type of person, if me saying something about some dumb shit that you decide to do, and you feel like, fuck that nigga, fuck you right back. Simple. Now check this out, right? What is the real purpose of a Muslim? To purify his soul and to reform his daily life, both individual and collective, and to establish the supremacy of right over might and of virtue over vice. To announce, okay, I'm a Muslim. My name is Abdul Al-Wahid. Do you see anything that resembles what that definition is? People don't care. That's his business. I'm not trying to preach to the dude. You understand me? I'm nobody's fan regardless. And even I can't be anybody's fan. But to be a fan of someone, if that means you got to be fake and phony, again, I couldn't be anybody's fan. See, that's part of the problem with people. They're used to having nothing but yes men around them. When they do have somebody around them that tells them anything other than what they want to hear, that's the problem. They don't want to hear. So they don't listen. Okay? I can remember, we can go back to Floyd Mayweather telling Adrian Broner, you need to slow down. Adrian Broner, see, it's something about when you starting to make them baby steps. You can listen then. But once you taste your first million, all of a sudden now you can buy some shine too. Oh, that nigga got bling bling. I got it too. Oh, he got ice. I got ice too. Okay, yeah, me too. Now you start smelling yourself. Floyd telling him, look, I was his age at one point, and I, made a lot of mistakes and did a lot of things that I wouldn't do now. Ignorant people said dumb things like, oh man, when Floyd was his age, he ain't want nobody telling him what to do, so why you trying to tell him what to do? So basically, the love that you have for somebody is limited to, well, if he want to be a dumbass nigga and go fuck his life up, hey, that's his choice. So hopefully, he wake up, but if not, that's on him. Not to mention, this man is helping you in your career, and you see what that got him, right? And you know what's crazy? A whole lot of y'all was like, oh, Floyd just jealous. Where you get that dumb shit from? Jealous of what? No, man. Adrian even said Floyd just don't want him to see him shine. He don't want him to outshine him. To this very day, Adrian making stupid comments like him and Floyd, both of their primes, he'd have beat Floyd and all this bullshit. The dude is not where he's supposed to be. He's not even showing up for his own fucking fights. He's canceling his own fights. He's not, okay, do you see the state of mind he's in now? Every time you see him, he's fucked up, he's high, he's drunk, he's making a fool out of himself. And all I keep hearing people talking about is, yo, man, your agent a good dude, man. Fuck, how the fuck would you know? You don't know him. And even if you do know the dude, is him being a good dude stopping him from doing dumb shit, ruining himself? So what's the purpose of becoming a millionaire? Just to give it all back? And that's the problem with a lot of you little dummies. Y'all ain't really experienced much of shit. You got people that never left their parents' home, but they know so much about life. You don't own nothing. You never owned nothing. You don't run anything. Nothing. Nothing. You've never been a boss and a manager, a supervisor. You've never did none of this shit. You got people just sit up and listen to people talk and repeat what they hear. And they smell themselves so much they know everything about life. Okay, cool. Well, I believe, and I've said this before, if Harriet Tubman was alive right now, and there was people still enslaved right now, and she was trying to save them, you'd have people going, oh, Harriet, stop hating, yo, them niggas want to be slaves, let them be slaves, my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, what you doing, bro? You got a lot of people that would say dumb shit like that, simply because the ignorance, the immaturity is unreal, man. I hear people talk right now, and I'm thinking, damn, you really that stupid? And me as a content creator, I can tell you, if you sit and listen to a whole video of me saying what I'm saying and end up asking me questions that I clearly answered, it's like, are you listening? Are you sober? Are you high right now? Because I said what I needed to say to clarify why I feel the way I do. I expressed all that. I told you my reasons. And, you know, now if somebody's being an asshole, we already know how I'm going to come at them. But sometimes, you know, when I feel like they show me they're not trying to be disrespectful, yeah, I might take the time to just reiterate what I just said already. But it's like, you can't even have an opinion now without being a hater of someone. But, you know, I straight up don't care about all that little childish nonsense. You know, we can look at situations where I've heard Jamal Charlo say things about how people fake, they turn their back on you. And I've heard him reference that even just as simply addressing the fact that somebody thinks there's a certain fighter that will beat that person. So you saying fuck you to people who pay money to watch you fight, even if they want to see you win. Everybody that see you fight don't want to see you win. Some people want to see your opponent win. But the fact of the matter is, you're eating off that money. You know, when you start saying fuck you to the fans, do you understand? Just think about that. If these people are not supporting your career, where are you getting money from? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, man, that's like taking it too far, because we're not talking about somebody sitting there calling you a bitch ass nigga. You fuck that nigga, he a fag. No, we're not talking about that. We talking about people. I've seen comments where people have simply said shit like, I've seen Jamal go live. I've seen Jamel go live. And people might have a situation with somebody in the comment, and he's reading the comments, and somebody say something as simple as, I think you the man at your weight class, but I think such and such, man, they give you a run for your money. Man, nigga, please, y'all niggas be talking that dumb shit, my nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. Nigga can't see me, nigga. Getting mad, screw facing the camera and all. It's like, goddamn. Okay. You could have even skipped over that one. And sometimes people do say shit that hit you the wrong way, hit you a different way, because, you know, it's like certain shit I feel you don't need to say to people. Don't go on nobody's channel to be disrespectful. And you got to understand, like me, when I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm talking on my channel. I don't go on nobody else's channel to talk shit to them. I don't need to. You understand what I mean? What the fuck do I want to punch little ass Tank in the face for? I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I speak as a man. And that's the problem. There's too many little boys around here. I don't give a fuck. All you motherfuckers that got gray hairs and all that, white hairs, a lot of you still little boys. That's why you can't relate to a real man. Y'all can't relate to real talk. But if I was sitting in front of this camera right now talking about, yeah, you know, Mr. Man Fang, man, you know what I'm saying, these areas, I make it do what it do, you know what I'm saying, for sure, my nigga, you know, we do. Nah, I'm too fucking grown up for that. I didn't do that dumb shit when I was a kid. It's not who I am. So, yeah, you know, I'm not a fan of anybody's. And at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with everybody. I don't give a fuck if you don't like what I say. It's okay for people to be disrespectful because they're rich and famous. But it's not okay for you to address the dumb shit that they do. As long as you like that person as a fighter, then, oh man, you know, give them some slack. Slack for what? What do we do when we give boxing news? Am I here to kiss somebody's ass? Am I here to tell you what you want to hear? You understand what I'm saying? Because if what you want to hear is not the truth, then you're not going to hear it from me. There's a lot of shit I don't even talk about. Like example, how many fucking channels have made videos about Jermell Charlo domestic situation, right? I posted a photo up in the community section, and I said, when was he ever lightweight champion? Because that's where they had him as lightweight champion up there. So you understand what I'm saying? Those who got it realized, oh, he was not lightweight. It was a fuck up. In terms of what he did, I don't get into that domestic shit. And I've seen videos, people talking about he did what he did because he's mad at Canelo. Yo, this and that, he's frustrated because of it. I don't know, and I don't get caught up in that. Dumb shit that people do, okay, and post shit up on videos. You're posting it for the world to see. Now, if it's something I don't want to talk about, then I won't. Leaked footage and all of this other stuff, somebody else putting footage up, whatever. Now, they're calling Jermell Charlo a woman beater. Now, let me show you how the tables turn, right? Remember, for a while, it went from the Charlos already being hated to Jermell the real lion. Jamal's a bitch. Oh, I remember the conversations. I remember the comments. Jermell went and unified the division. And, you know, Jamal pretty much kind of took a little hiatus. You know, certain fights that people wanted to see him in just didn't happen. They was calling him all types of names. Now, I personally never thought Jermell was better than Jamal. And I've stated that. I don't really compare them. But just to answer the question, I think Jamal is sharper than Jermell. And all around, he has advantages over Jermell. Okay? You got people, yeah, but this and this and that and that. Bro, listen, it's my opinion. I hear what you saying. I'm not trying to tell you who you should think is better. I'm answering a direct question. I think Jamal is better than Jermell. It doesn't really matter, though. Isn't it funny how Jermell jumps in there with Canelo? Question that everybody had was Jermell Charlo going to be able to take Canelo's punch? They talked about the size and all of that, right? Jermell didn't seem to think it was a problem as far as conversation goes, right? But when you watched him, did it look like ring rust or like he was just scared to fight back? Because to me, it looked like he was just scared to fight back. Now, we just seen Wilder getting there. And he wasn't as gun-shy as Jermell was. But your timing, your rhythm, and all that type of stuff, like I said, what could have been ring rust, whatever, it's not all about no damn ring rust. He fought a stupid, completely wrong strategy. He's not a boxer, and this is what people are avoiding, the truth. The style he tried to fight, he's even worse at than his usual style. And he didn't even have the common sense to know, let me revert back to what got me here. You know why? Because he underestimated Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker was way better than he gave him credit for. Which is why somebody take an ass whooping and then say, I'm way better than that person. Yet they can't beat them. And they don't want a rematch. But you're wrong for pointing out the truth. While the fanboys can make a video about him every day making excuses for him. And they all, yup, see, yup, yeah, man, yup. Do you see why the fanboys going down? Why you keep making videos every day? Why you keep jumping on these different platforms, these alphabet boys, and talking about, no. You know why? Because they're saying things that Wilder fanboys want to hear. Yet they get upset when now all of a sudden everybody's coming at Wilder. Because like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen people really go at him. For a long time, I felt like I was the only one, which ain't bothering me now. Because I don't follow anybody's lead. I don't jump on bandwagons. Okay, so it's like I said, it's okay to praise, but it's not okay to tell the truth. If that truth basically doesn't work in the favor of that person. Well, y'all already know me by now. Y'all know I don't do that fake shit. Another thing is, people got so disappointed in Jamel. And then all of a sudden his brother comes and fight. What, the following week or something like that, or a couple of weeks after, whatever it was. And he goes in there and wasn't in the ring for two whole years. And looked like he didn't miss a step. Ain't it funny how now Jamel's a bitch and Jamal is the man, he's the real line? You see how people switch back and forth? So basically, my point is what? Y'all not doing the same thing I'm doing, okay? Because I'm not sitting up here being a fanboy. But what I'm saying is, if you're doing shit, that's cool. I'm not looking for nothing wrong. I'm not digging up to try to find dirt on you. You guys post this shit. You guys make videos. You say and do these things. And then we see it and we speak on it. What the fanboys do is jump back and forth and choose sides. You understand? Jamal read comments. Jamel read comments. They see what people are coming at. So now when you had all these people praising you, now they saying, fuck you, you ain't shit, you robbed us our money, and all this kind of stuff, right? Yeah, that's what they was accusing your brother of. Let's not forget, Aries was the man that made the video saying Jamal and Jamel need to air their dirty laundry out off camera. They brothers, man. They don't need to be putting their fucking personal business out there, their family business. These fucking people, y'all hurt and turmoil. Y'all dysfunctional family ain't nothing but entertainment to these people. They don't care about you guys. Did I not make that video? So I'm not the one out here looking to try to tear people down. But when you come out your face and say and do stupid shit, well, you're wrong for putting this shit out. What you think gonna happen when you put stupid shit out? Oh, we can't speak about that. Like I said, it's a lot of shit I choose not to speak about. So for me to say, even addressing, Tank Davis, and like that was just some sucker shit, man. You talking all this shit to a content creator, yet you won't respond to Bill Haney and Devin Haney. Just jump on social media to talk shit and call the niggas broke and all that, and to say shit like he just converted, bro. Let me explain something to y'all. As a man, when you make a decision to do something, you understand I have to change. This ain't just about me claiming a different name, a cooler name. And then I'm going to start, wearing dashikis and all this shit, but I'm still the same old nigga. Remember rappers used to say that? Ain't a damn thing changed. It'd be years later, right? And they still rapping the same way. Yeah, that's the problem. You didn't evolve. Real Muslims that I know won't let him get away with shit like that. They tell him, like, look, brother, you being rich, this ain't nobody starstruck here. We welcome you. We embrace you. But you are a representation of Islam right now, right? You can't be rolling like that. You understand what I'm saying? But like I told you, morals. And you got these fake motherfuckers, they get on the forefront of something because of money, because of popularity, and it's okay, it's cool. You ain't hear Muhammad Ali around here telling people to suck his dick, calling people bitch ass niggas. Ali was going to bat for black people. These dudes ain't doing it but trying to tear black people down, but yet you embrace Islam. That's you understand what I'm saying? Motherfucker, we ain't talking about no 12-year-old kid. We talking about a 29-year-old grown-ass man. A grown-ass man. He ain't got to do a damn thing for me. I'm just speaking on the shit. Same way he chose to speak. So somebody saying that he's now a Muslim, that warranted just to get a comment, I still slap the shit out of you. Okay, that's real grown up, real classy. Just saying. Like I said, slap the shit out of Devin Haney. Get in the ring and do it like you're supposed to. Make the fight. What's the problem? Right? Whatever happened to the other video? We already talking about going to 140, bro. Right? Okay. But there's no negotiations. You know, tiptoe in and sneak up. Surprise, I'm here. But I'm not going to fight nobody. You go in my archives. I've been giving Tank his props for the longest. Ain't a man or woman on the face of this earth that I have to pretend for. I don't get down like that. Remember how Blue Blood used to praise Errol Spence? Y'all know it. 5'9", 73-inch reach. Former gold medal. Yeah, y'all know how you do it. Then all of a sudden, just like that, he started praising Terrence Crawford and was pretty much shitting on Errol Spence. And remember, he was taking questions from interviewers. Errol Spence, Blue Blood was one of them. And he asked him whatever question he asked him. And Errol Spence looked at him and said, I got a question for you. He said, I want to know, why did you switch? Right? And then, you know, when Blue Blood tried to respond to his question, Errol Spence let him know he wasn't feeling that shit, pretty much turned his back to him and walked away. When Errol Spence got the shit beat out of him by Terrence Crawford, you don't think Blue Blood made fun of him? You don't think he sarcastically took shots at him? You didn't hear him talking shit about Errol Spence fans and the excuses they make? But this is the same man that make every excuse in the book for Deontay Wilder, and all of a sudden now Terrence Crawford. Then come to find out that he had something to do. He was affiliated with BLK Prime, right? You see how things work? I don't need nothing from none of these motherfuckers. I'm not walking around with a microphone trying to get fucked. No, I'm not. That's not who I am. You understand what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't be talking shit to me like that. I'm not built that way. And there's certain things I know I can't tolerate. So that shit is not for me. You understand that? That's their thing. I'm nobody's fan. Like if I'm sitting here talking to Anthony Joshua right now, and we decided to do an interview, my questions wouldn't be, you wouldn't get, AJ, it's an honor. I can't believe I'm sitting next to you, man. I'm so glad you're here. No. I would tell AJ, you did a great job. You faced adversity. You went through your ups and downs like everybody does in life, period. No matter what your occupation, what your marital status is, whatever, you went through what you went through. Right? I might ask him, how do you feel right now with your approach? Do you feel more confident now than you did when you fought Usyk the first 2 times? Right? Now, the fights with Franklin, the fights with, what's the guy name? Hellenius. You went from a guy from here to a guy taller than you. The preparation had to be different. But do you remember how you felt? Do you remember the things that you were trying to do with those fighters being so different? Then I'd probably ask him after he answered that, okay, depending on what he says, because sometimes AJ will answer several questions at one time, right? So that might have been your next question. But then I would probably ask him something like, so, in the fight with Wallin, I could see a difference in your confidence, even in your face. You didn't have that same look in your face as when you was fighting Usyk. You looked like you wasn't sure. Your movements didn't look the same. You was pouring with your jab. Now you're snapping that shit. You throwing it with some force. You throwing it with a lot of force. You throwing it with bad intentions. Okay, every punch you was throwing it with intentions to punch through your target. That confidence after winning that fight. When you do look back from where it all went down and how you had to build it back up, that has to be a satisfying feeling. But just understanding that, how do you feel in here in terms of your ring IQ? Do you feel more confident that you can troubleshoot before you go back to the corner? That's the kind of shit I'd be asking. I wouldn't be sitting there riding this motherfucker's meat and acting like, oh my God, it's such a No, it's not what the fuck I do, man. You understand what I'm saying? I would talk to people based on what I'm feeling for the reason that we even had an interview in the first place. I wouldn't be sitting up here I don't do that kind of shit, man. Ain't nobody gonna be telling me shut the fuck up and suck my dick and all that. Nah, that shit ain't happening with me. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? Y'all be seeing these fighters be disrespecting these fucking interviewers and all because they know they ain't gonna do shit. Do you understand me? So they can talk shit. They can play tough. They can try to chump people. They can cut people off. Tell them off and they're okay. You see, and that's the part of what I'm telling you. Because a lot of these motherfuckers are afraid of them. They can't fight themselves. So, yeah, they feel like if this motherfucker get mad and snap, do you understand what I'm telling you? Okay? It's like a lot of you got this mentality like, if you're rich and famous, you have the right of passage to talk shit and be disrespectful. Like you've earned that right to do that. You're bigger than me. Yeah, no. Aries don't live like that. And you always got some idiot come in the comment section talking about what you can and can't do. I have no fucking clue as to who you are and what you're capable of, but they know everything. And this is what I'm saying. We need so many changes in this world, period. This is a small thing to me. You understand? But we need change. I would like to see in 2024, I don't know the effect that the Saudis are going to have in 2024 and then so on. I don't know if people are going to look at what they're doing, take a, copy a page out their book and start trying to make these same things happen elsewhere. But I know for me, I would love if they would stop making these trophy belts, these worthless trophy belts. All it's doing is lining their pockets. You're paying sanctioning fees for a belt you can't even fucking defend. I would love if they would stop making this whole giving people the freedom to duck their mandatories. I would love it if people would stop having title eliminators and then don't fight the winner of the other title eliminator. These circus fights, why? What's the purpose? All people see is a spectacle. What do you really gain out of it? What is that you gain out of it? Somebody asked me about Francis Ngannou versus AJ. I said, what do you think about that? I said, I don't think about it. It's nothing I'm interested in. That's up to AJ and Francis Ngannou if they want to make that circus shit happen. But it's nothing I care to see. Right? So when you hear Tony Bell, you ask who wouldn't want to see that. I really wouldn't care to see it. Now, can something happen and you say, hey, this shit turned out to be better than I thought? Possible. But it's a meaningless fucking fight. A meaningless fight. And all Francis Ngannou was trying to do was jump the line with star power. See, that's all. So we don't even care about fairness and right and wrong anymore. And your interest in something can cause you to not see. You're supporting something that's really a cheat. People been busting their ass in this sport. Francis Ngannou was doing MMA. Ain't no way in fuck he should be getting shots over Dubois and other guys that will basically knock him the fuck out. And how old is Francis Ngannou? He like late 30s, early 40s or some shit like that. Yeah, so how much longer do you think he's going to be around? You think he want to work his way up like everybody else been doing? Nah. So it's okay for him to jump the line because the masses is telling y'all it's okay. It's a fight that everybody wants to see. No, I don't want to see that shit. I'm sick of these circus fights. In fact, if you remember, during that fight, one of the commentators made a comment, something to the effect of, yeah, this is different. This is not the same as like when Floyd fought Conor, trying to tell you you're watching something better. I watched that fight the other night again, just to, and it's like, it wasn't much of shit really happening in that fight, man. When you see something for the first time, the anticipation of, oh, when he catch him, what's going to happen? He dropped him in the fight, okay, but the fight itself was, the replay value of that shit is like nothing special. I didn't give a fuck about Floyd versus Conor. I understood what Floyd was doing. And again, these guys are not even coming close to making what Floyd made with Conor. They're not even coming close to what Floyd made with Pacquiao. Now, the Saudis did offer, from what the word that I heard, Wilder and AJ, like 100 million or some shit like that, or was it 50 million? I did hear 100 million, then I heard 50 million. So I don't know what's true with that, but again, still not making exactly what I'm saying, because Floyd made 200 to Pacquiao's 100. He made 300 million to Conor McGregor's 100 million. You understand what I'm saying? So still. And then you talking about box office numbers and all this type, live gate. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's for the fighters to worry about, because they're the ones getting paid from that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm all about the fights, but I am about fairness. So I understand if somebody's not being treated fair. Like Dillian White, when they was trying to blackball him, who was the one going to bat for Dillian White? And I was the one saying, listen, even if he gets his ass whooped by Fury, he still deserved that fight. Look at the shit he went through. He didn't make the most of it. He should feel like a complete asshole, especially when here comes this novice, walks in here and does a better job than you did. But because of that, right? You see how, let me show you some hypocrisy. You see how people say shit like, just because Joseph Parker beat Wilder doesn't mean that AJ beats Wilder. That's a stupid logic. Simply because you guys are basing shit on who you like versus who you don't like. Because you guys are saying Francis Ngannou would knock out Wilder, right? Probably. Possible. Because Wilder can't box. Basically. Okay? He's a fucking veteran that still fights like a novice. But you say that, but then you turn around and you think that Ngannou can beat everybody else based on what? Because of his performance against Fury. And I'm like, y'all really think this motherfucker beat AJ or Daniel Dubois, F.A. Jogba, man? I don't want to see it. I don't care for it. I don't debate it. I don't even care. But you're confident he can do all that shit. Now all of a sudden he's one punch man or some shit. He's a superhero. But that doesn't mean AJ can beat. See how it works one way but not the other? Right? So while they get the tarnations beat out of him by a guy that AJ beat 5 fucking years ago when he was in his prime, undefeated and champion. But he can't beat him now. He can't beat Parker, or he can't beat Wilder right now. Based on what? The fact you don't want AJ to be able to beat them. I just did a video about Frank Sanchez calling out AJ. Do you hear me talking shit about Frank Sanchez? Because he called out AJ. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about him calling out AJ. I don't agree with what he said about his resume. I think that's pure bullshit. Like I stated, AJ got the best resume in the heavyweight division. Plain and simple, bar none. All I'm saying is, I understand what he's trying to do. It's lame as fuck the way he's doing it. And these guys are just trying to ride that wave trying to get that lottery fight with AJ, but they're doing it the wrong way. Waleem talked a lot of shit about AJ. He got punished for it. Frank Sanchez is a whole different animal. And I won't put it past Frank Sanchez that he don't have the skill to beat any of these heavyweights out here. I've been saying this shit for a while. Only way we're going to really know is when and if the fight happens. But at the same time, if everybody has done nothing, they beaten no one, then what does it do for you to beat that person? So the fighters are being groomed in a lot of ways to just talk shit. And then after they get their ass whooped, well, he's a great fighter. He's this, whatever. With Frank Sanchez's situation, he's doing what everybody else is doing. He's trying to get the money fight. And even if he don't get it, well, he knows if he's mentioning AJ's name, that's going to get him a little more attention. But, Frank Sanchez is no joke. I've been saying this shit for the longest. He's a problem for everybody. If he fight AJ, yeah, I'm pulling for AJ against anybody. But you're not hearing me sitting up here, no, AJ will knock him the fuck out. I told y'all, Frank Sanchez is a fucking problem for any of these heavyweights. I'm not like y'all. Those who sit up here and get in their feelings because I don't give a fuck if you think he'll knock AJ out. If you think AJ will knock him out, I wouldn't mind seeing that fucking fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, man. Like real shit. Especially if it's for a title. Now we in an era where people are saying titles don't mean anything. Belts don't mean nothing. Titles don't mean nothing. Oh, people just want to see the fights and okay. Tell the sanctioning bodies that then. So they can stop taking these fighters' money. And they can stop coming out with these worthless belts. Tell the sanctioning bodies that the belts don't mean anything. No, they've lost value in terms of how these belts have been represented and the quality of fighters that have the fact that people want to be champion. So hopefully for the sake of boxing and for people that love to see boxing, that the Saudis can keep the streak going and that they can put nothing but solid cards together each and every time. Because at the end of the day, you got too many people. You got guys coming in here, don't even have 10 fights yet, already talking about fighting champions. And it's like, So I don't do New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in all that shit. I believe you just have to do what you have to do. You continue doing what you're doing, or you might have to reset, right? Depending on where you are and how satisfied you are and what you want out of life. I will say this. I say thank you to everybody that's been on this channel. I remember when this channel first started, and I remember it was just like, I had the same approach, the same mentality. I just, I don't want to do no fake shit. I don't want to do something I'm not going to I can't move like everybody else. I'm not saying a bunch of fake shit to try to get viewers and likes and subscribers because people love controversy. I know how to do all that bullshit. It's just not who I am. I'm too grown up for that. I just say thank y'all, man, because a lot of y'all make it fun for me to do the videos, and then you got the idiots who, it's just like, I don't even feel like making videos. But, and I appreciate all of you guys. That's positive. That's respectful. And y'all know, there's times I try to take the time to address everything that's being said and, respond to it. It's difficult depending on how much moving around I'm doing, how I'm working and that type of stuff, balance in my life. But, I salute all of y'all, and I wish everybody nothing but the best, and I said I was going to say this as well. It's, whatever you doing for a living, don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Don't put limitations on yourself. Don't allow other people to put limitations on you. We live in a world where you have far more followers than you have leaders. I don't follow anybody. I'm my own man. I lead myself. And I've been hearing, for us as black people, we needed more black leaders. We need people to be more comfortable and confident in who they are, not arrogant and ignorant. Okay? But understanding who they are. And I don't judge people based on how much money you have or don't have, how big your house is, and all that nonsense. You know how many people I know losing lives out here to the streets? You know, natural causes, just shit happens. You hear it and all of a sudden, just like that, bam, gone. No longer here. You know, and when you're gone, you're gone. So I'd rather spend my time enjoying life, doing the things that I love, and being able to appreciate and understand tomorrow is not promised to nobody. You know, and in this life, we're not taught to respect, someone that just has a job. I don't even like to use the term normal job or regular job. Um, let's just say a less luxurious job. People don't, they're not taught to, look at someone that drives a truck as respectable. Someone who works as a nurse or a doctor or a dentist or a fucking cashier, okay, a fucking farmer or whatever. I don't care if you work in a clothing store, whatever. No, we're, programmed to praise, okay, celebrities, rich people. If you're not rich, you don't have 2, 3 mansions, 18 to 20 cars, a bunch of stupid, worthless shit all on your teeth and all here, then you're not saying nothing. I was watching a video the other day, and guy says to me, he said, "Damn," he said, "Aries, man, every time we have a conversation about something, every time, I will see everything or just things that you talked about, not even looking for it." And I remember telling, shit is not hard to see. I don't feel like there's nothing genius about it. It's just common sense to me. But I see everybody they don't get it the same way. And I told this guy, I said, real good brother, we go way back. And I told him, I said, man, it's gotten to the point now where, and you're going to see it more, people can't even sing anymore. Everything auto-tune. They don't even have a singing voice. They can't even rap. They just be saying shit. And as long as you can sit here and do this shit, you know what I mean? All this shit, then yeah. They don't even care about what you say. All the chick got to do is go on stage half naked. She ain't got to be saying nothing. And you know what's going to happen? People out there like, oh, she's showing cheeks. And tit. Oh, yeah. I'm okay. I'm in there. Yeah. That's all. Dude was watching me. He said, yo, this chick Ice Spice was up on stage. I knew as soon as he said that, I already knew where he was going with that. I said, I told you. He said, nah, I'm saying because I don't like her music. But I'm watching her live on stage for the first time, and I'm like, so that's what this is all about with her. I said, yeah, because he said he'd never even seen it before. And I told you, I said, man, all you got to do is be eye candy. I told you, they don't care. The music business is hurting right now. The artists are not even selling albums anymore. It's all about singles. Go on Walmart, go on Target, go on Best Buy, go anywhere where they still sell CDs, and look how small the CD collections are. Everything now is about uploads, streams. And what are they doing? They don't care about albums. Nobody's riding around playing albums. They're riding around playing little compilations that they put together that they download from different streaming services and all of that. Yeah, and remember how they used to have the free MP3s? Yeah, now you notice for the very best streaming services, guess what? You got to pay for them shits now, right? So yeah, and these artists, they're not making what you think anymore. Yeah, the music business is hurting bad. That's why when people say things to me a lot of times, I'm like, yeah, man, to me, this shit is right there in front of you. But again, that also goes down to when you've been around the block a couple of times and you know some shit, and you got people who haven't, but they have the answers for everybody. I always learned this about life. The majority of the people you talk to, whether the ones you love or just the people you see on a day-to-day, they got answers for everybody except for themselves. And you know why that is? because they've been programmed to just blah, 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 blah. But what are they talking about? And I can remember some years ago when I said, you remember that video where Adrian Broner was acting extremely childish? And he was like, yo, I don't even know how these got in here. And he had like stacks of 20s and he ripped them, went and flushed them down the toilet. Remember, went back in Walmart making a fool out of himself, telling the girl, you gave me all these 20, I don't carry 20, I don't carry nothing but 50s and 100s, yo. I don't, and I'm just looking at his face, expressions, everything, and I'm just like, he's just basically just being ignorant. It's pretending he don't know how 20's got in his own wallet, and for what? I bet you now he probably in that same toilet with a plunger trying to get them damn 20's back, right? Because he's scrounging for money now. But now all you hear is, damn, it's fucked up what's going on with Adrian. And it's like, what you mean? You make it sound like somebody else did it to Adrian. Adrian did it to Adrian. So when you saying, yo, this brother needed to get it together. Man, listen, you know how you can listen to a song and people may get inspired from a song they hear, a poem that they hear, just words that somebody say encouraging, something that might just, like Anthony Joshua said, right? Working with this guy, Ben Davis, and then shit just clicked. And sometimes you might hear or feel something that might snap you out of a funk that you into something, right? Same thing. Sometimes one of these arrogant motherfuckers might hear something you saying and go, they might even hear, man, fuck that nigga, man, whatever. They might just listen. And they took the time to really understand it and realize, nah, dude ain't playing me out. He just being real. He's saying the shit I need to hear instead of the dumb shit I want to hear. Nobody's wrong at nothing they do, even when they get caught and get locked up. Y'all see those police shows where the cops pull somebody over and the first thing come out their mouth is, I know my rights. And the more they talk, you realize they don't know shit. And the more the cop dig and dig and dig, then they find out this motherfucker got warrants in like 2 other counties or some shit. You already got warrants. Your license has been suspended for 2 years and you driving around with 4 or 5 people in the car. You speeding. Your car smell like weed. And what the fools don't know is that's the cops' go-to excuse because they don't need to have a search warrant. Now they have probable cause. So they say they smell weed in your car even if they don't. Your car can smell like Febreze and potpourri, okay? But that's what they're going to use to get in your car. But you already got yourself in a shitload of trouble. And all you're doing is prolong a jail sentence. And now you're out here being a fool, being an asshole, putting up a big fight, screaming, yelling, pretending you being harassed, knowing the whole time what's at stake. You got people going to work, stealing from their own job. Like, dummy, you're employed. Just work. Do overtime if you have to. Get us a part-time somewhere if you have to try to, no, everybody, I want some real money. I want money, nigga. I want real money. You understand what I'm saying? And you see this shit and it's like, well, goddamn. Everything you're doing is on camera. Look at all these people they've been catching, stealing from their own. You a cashier. Bagging people's shit. Scanning this shit, take money out, put something on the side, helping them bag, boom, boom, take whatever change, whatever, put it in, that money you just put aside, quick swipe, pocket, and you think that they're not catching it, but they got somebody working in shrinkage in there, got that undercover, and they checking everything. They watching the cameras, and your dumb asses are getting caught losing your jobs. Now think when you had somebody, and then they go, hey, you better chill. Because you know you be having people, yo, girl, I be at my job. And yo, look, I got like $600. What? Oh, shit. Yeah. You thought you got away with it. Nope, they saw that shit. They're waiting for you to do it again. Oh, yeah. And they going to get their money back. And your dumb ass is not only getting fired, but you're going to jail too. And here's a person, but I got a daughter and I got this and that. Officer, I got 3 kids in the car. You knew that before you went and did what you did. Now you don't have no job, no money. Now you back in a fucked up position. And you know what? The same way how people try to defend Adrian Broner, the same way how they come in the back trying to make excuses for Mr. Abdullah Wahid, right? Yeah. Gervonta Tank Davis, what do? Excuses. And then when they wind up going on the wrong path, look at the outcome. Look at this kid, Kodak Black. I'm like, damn, nephew, you fucking yourself up. I seen this motherfucker talking one day. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. All I heard was, yeah, I thought they kicked in. I thought he was in the phone in. They come down and say, like, he's going to come back there. Damn thumbs and I'm just looking like, I'm looking at Noriega's face like, you know what the fuck he's saying right now? Because I sure as fuck don't. I'm like, what the fuck is he asking? I had to literally rewind it back like 4 or 5 times. I got this shit turned on loud as fuck. I had to turn the subtitles on. Bro, the subtitles wasn't even pronouncing that shit he was saying. And I'm like, damn. And don't you know people in the comment sections were saying shit like, yo, Noriega and them wrong for putting him on a show like that. That's a grown-ass man. He wrong for coming here like that. Nobody wants to take accountability for themselves. So we need change all around. Fuck celebrities and entertainers and all this rich boy shit. No, we talking just in life. Because the mindset that people have is fucked up. They said that the... Hold up. Let me do this while I'm talking to you guys. See, I could have did this live today, but I didn't. Yeah, no. Hold up. Okay, I just want to, let me pull this up real quick. Check this shit out. Y'all tell me when I say this, tell me in the comment section when y'all hear me say this. If this shit don't make y'all go, oh. Approximately, okay? Approximately 1.2 million people in the U.S. have HIV. About 13% of them don't know it and need testing. HIV continues to have a disproportionate impact on certain populations, particularly racial and ethnic minorities and gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men. Okay. In 2021, an estimate of 32,100 new HIV infections occurred in the U.S. Now, hold up. Estimated new HIV infections declined 12% from 36,500 in 2017 to 32,100 in 2021. Okay, so check this out. Okay. Okay, so now just think, this is old. So let me do this. I'm gonna put 2023 because it's 2024 now. As of today, so well, it might pop up. Let's just see. $2023, 1.35 million people. That shit don't make you think. That shit don't make you think. Remember me telling you guys when I used to do music, I wasn't about them after parties. I wasn't with that shit. I was, man, I do my show Thank y'all for coming out. Salute, man. Listen, to next time, everybody be safe. We out. And crew, yo, got the bitches over there making. I ain't fucking around with that, man. I'm not. Yeah. And just think, the point, you got people around here with that shit. They got the germ. They don't even know they have it. Yeah. It's what you don't know. It's what you don't listen to. I'm trying to tell you. I don't care what it is. You tell people, man, you need to slow the fuck down. Everybody know everything. And think about how many of those people are teenagers. Just think about how many of those people are, you know what I'm saying? You know, people don't get it. You can follow rules and regulations. You can try to be the best person that you can. You can really strive to be that on a regular basis. And you still can go through hardships in life. It happens. But when you out here fucking up, you fucking around, you guaranteed to go through some shit. And the one thing people don't understand, what they overlook, they always look and say, well, you know, I used to do this and this and that. Look at me. And I say, yeah, look at how many people we know that did the same dumb shit you was doing that didn't make it this far. That's been dead since we've been teenagers. Yeah, that's true. Right. Which means a lot of motherfuckers that get a chance to turn their life around. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But, you know, if we can't be honest about how we feel and how we see shit, man, we don't need to make videos. Because there's always going to be somebody doing some dumb shit. I've been in places, I remember I had a partner I was chilling with one night. And I told him, come here, man. Came around the corner and said, come here. Yeah, what happened? I said, come here, motherfucker. I don't want to talk to you in front of everybody else. Yeah, what's going on? I said, hey, listen, man, watch your fucking mouth. Yeah, what I do? What I do? I said, listen to me. You get me in some shit. All right? You get me in some shit. I told him. It's going to be me and you and this motherfucker. I'm going to close that door and I'm going to wear your ass out. He's like, yo, what would I do? Disrespecting somebody's woman. And I told him that shit. There was a lot of us outside. You see a guy walking with his woman. How you doing, baby? You looking sexy. Like, and I told him, come here. And I told him, don't do that. You know, another situation. Somebody did the same type of thing. And I said, hey, don't do that shit again. Now, I told him to come here because he had already did it. But I was walking with a guy that did the same thing. How you doing, love? You sexy as fuck, girl. You know, her dude, he looked scared, whatever. And you know what ended up happening? Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I said, hey, cut that shit out. He like, I said, yo, don't do that shit. I said, apologize, bro. Yo, and I got in his face. Yo, my fault. Told him, I said, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I'm like, man, they ain't fucking with you, ain't bothering you, no kind of way. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? We had a lot of dudes, man. Had a lot of people around us. People ain't fuck with us. They, you know, and I ain't depend on nobody but me. But what was so crazy is now, we used to go play football in this park. And this was a day where I went up there. I used to play tennis with this chick named Chanel. So, you know, we finished playing tennis. She go on, whatever. I'm going, I got to go back. She lived like right outside the park, right up there on the opposite side. So when she go left, I go right. I'm walking. And all of a sudden, this was probably like the week after that or something. And I'm walking and I hear, as I'm coming towards them, and I hear one of the dudes say like, that nigga right there, that's him? And I hear the chick like, that here, yep, and this and this and this and this. So, you know, I had two bigs on me. I'm ready to rock. And they, yo, man, you this and this and this. I mean, what, motherfucker? I'm just ready to go. I ain't want to talk. No, yo, you just, you come up here with this bullshit. What the fuck you think this is? And the dude was like, the boyfriend was like, nah, yo, relax. He's not even the one. He was telling the guy to chill. But they say I got two big blades on me. I'm like, man, we ain't gonna play this shit. I'm just ready to start, you know. I'm not letting them surround me. I'm on there, they trying to, I'm like, they wind up apologizing and bagging off. And dude was like, no, he was the one telling the other guy to stop it. And why would you do that? Now, you see my point. That could have got real nasty. I could be locked up right now if I'd have killed one of them. Because I'd be damned if I was going to let them do anything to me. And I wasn't bluffing. You understand what I'm saying? But because of his dumb shit, I'm the one they see walking in they don't know me, I don't know them. She tell her he's the one. Listen, I told her, I said, yo, you trying to get one of your boys killed out here? Are you stupid or something? Like, do you understand what you about to make happen right now? And they're like, nah, man, we good. It was a misunderstanding. Like, why? Like, yo, why you say it was him though? Why you know? Now, because of what she say, now it's 10 of them and it's just me. They don't know what I had on me. You understand what I'm saying? What they found out, and that's not all I had. That's not all I had. But that's all I needed to start with. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm telling him to apologize to her and the boyfriend. Because that was disrespectful. Now, what if they was them type of dudes that like, I don't give a fuck what the fuck he did. He was with that nigga. It wouldn't have been good for them. Because I was ready. And like I said, I wasn't with anybody. But I had what I needed. And I was ready. And that shit had me heated. He was like, yo, nah, it ain't nothing, man. I told him, motherfuckers, I come up at this park whenever I want. If it's a problem, I will listen. Because I'll come back. I'll come back. If y'all want to go up here, I'll come back and we can do it that way. Or we can, like, right now. We here right now. I'm telling y'all right now. Because if anything, y'all try anything, I promise you it's not going to go the way y'all think it's going to go. And what made me madder than anything was what his dumb ass did. And that's what I'm telling you. People don't check the people that they around. You worried about how they gonna feel. I don't care how you feel. Now, what happens? Like I said, fuck all of that. I go back to the no. What happens? Because I was getting ready to start stabbing, and like I said, I had what I needed. Believe me, I was good. What if they were strapped too though? I'm in something that had nothing to do with me. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't want no fight. They knew the best chance they had was to try to jump me. They knew that shit. They looked at me. They see, nah, this, okay. But they didn't expect me to react the way I did. And they see, like, I wasn't bluffing. That's why as soon as I heard him say that shit, whip, tie my shit around my fucking waist, let's go. I'm ready. But that was something that had nothing to do with me. Now I'm the voice of reason in that situation. And it kind of made me wonder what he would have did if he was dead. And I remember my mom said, if he was there, you probably would be in jail right now. Because he probably would have, yeah, what, nigga? What? No, and then, and bottom line, because he did what he did. So now, guess what? If they want to try to pursue, I'm defending him. So yeah, you think I didn't check his monkey ass on that? You damn well I did. And this is where I'm saying, you make choices in life, you do certain shit, and there's certain shit you don't do. Again, I don't go on people's channel telling them shit about what they should or shouldn't do. And if I have any dialogue with them, like I said, most recently, like when I was talking to Teddy, I'm not, listen, man, I know somebody in the questions section asked me about talking to him and stuff. And I mean, it's not like I have a problem with it, but I done had several people ask me to come on their channels. It's not like I'm against it, man. And I'm not trying to build clout off anybody. I'm not thirsty, man. I'm not, I'm not out here begging for nothing or asking for anything. It's not like like I said, I'm not like against it. It's just, it is what it is, man. I'm just not one of those people. Lady Chan, salute her. Shout out to Lady Chan. I got no problem with Lady Chan, but I had words through message where I think she thought that I was like angry or something, but I wasn't. And I can tell you exactly what it was about. It's because this was after the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight. And this is why I say, like, I get irritated when people make comments watching a video and I specifically say what I say just to have you say I'm making excuses. And you got 5 or 6 people trying to piggyback off like I'm not no motherfucking play toy. I'm not no joke. Hey, don't come at me with that bullshit, especially when you got people trying to like chime in. Because now it becomes a thing where it's like, yeah, now you going to make me curse you the fuck out. So basically what happened was this. In my own video, I said, to me, Spence didn't look right. Like he didn't look complete, man. He looked like something was just off about his performance. And yeah, his timing was off. I could see that. I said if you watch it, Terrence Crawford, he made it easy for Crawford. What I mean by that, he fought Crawford all wrong. His style was ineffective. So Crawford didn't have to do much. Okay. Crawford himself supports my claim by simply saying he expected a lot more from Errol Spence. My point. He just didn't look right. And so, yeah, Crawford did what he had to do. I didn't say that to take any credit away from Terrence Crawford. You can't take credit away. Crawford came, showed up, showed out. He did what he had to. Nobody said anything. I don't care what everybody else said. What I was saying was he just didn't look right. And I say, all that being said, that's his problem. I said, even if he was at full strength, 100% or whatever, if whatever, he at his very best, I still don't know if he would have won. Simply because watching him strategically, he couldn't come up with anything. He was doing the same repetitive combinations over and over, and he was just trying to go for the knockout. And it looked like he felt like that's all he could do. You understand what I'm saying? And he was just getting, if you look at the counters and everything, it looked effortlessly. It looked like Crawford was doing that shit effortlessly. It was, because Crawford just, okay, he's throwing these wide shots. I'm just coming over top. He's throwing his shots slow. He's trying to hit me. He's trying to put everything behind it. He's winging it. I can telegraph it. And he made the fight so much easier. That's when I said that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sitting here saying he made it like no way am I trying to take credit from what Crawford did. And I said in the same video, if look, even if they rematch at 154, 160, it don't matter. If his tactics can't change, he's going to have to be different. I said before the fight happened, Crawford just has to be Crawford. Spence is going to have to be different. He's going to have to mix it up, double, triple jabs, giving him different looks, bang when he need to, get his respect, throw him off certain feints, do certain things to just see if you can get him to move out of position. And I said, I don't know if Errol Spence had that type of thinking ability. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've never seen him have to do those things. So I don't know how Derrick James prepared him for Crawford. So, a lot of times people pick and choose what videos that they want to watch. So then when you say something and you got people chiming in, that's when it's like, nah, fuck that. Because like, for example, I remember I made a comment on somebody's channel, for example, and somebody jumped in and was like, ha, this and that, this person, this and that. And I responded and said, nah, nothing like that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to this person. I said, I'm saying that person know what I said, what I was talking about. That was really a little inside thing between me and that person on their channel. I said nothing like that. Ain't nothing but love here, man. Because I wanted that person to know. Because they were taking shots at that person. They tried to piggyback off of my comment. So that person see like, yeah, see Aries on some cool shit. He ain't trying to come and be taking shots at me. And this is what I'm saying. So let's say she was just joking. But fuck all that. You got different people, and this and that, and all these Spence fans, and that's when it's like, see, no, you're not going to talk to me like I'm some little bitch, because I ain't nobody's fan. And so when I responded, I remember telling her, like, what do I have to make excuses for Spence for? What do I get out of it? And there's no excuses for nobody. I don't personally care. All I'm saying is he didn't look right. And even if he was at 100%, he still probably would have lost. What the fuck more am I like? What is it you think I'm supposed to say? Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, because there was no words, it was text. It wasn't us talking. And yeah, she texted me a couple of times after that, and I text back. But I think she probably felt like, like, oh, he was mad. Nah, I wasn't mad. But it's like, I'm not going to play that disrespect game. You can't. Another example of something, right? Was like, what's the dude's name? I can't remember his name. One of Deontay Wilder people. He went on Kurt DeVille's channel, and Kurt interviewed him. Anybody who's still here that was there, y'all remember in my video, I said Kurt DeVille over at Counterpunch Boxing. He's interviewing, I forget the guy's name. And I said, check the video out. I said, let's tune in. I tuned in. I watched the video. I watched it. Right? So I remember people was like roasting Kurt in his comment section, saying, oh man, he went in there and held back. I thought you was going to do this and this and that. Now, my comment in my own video, and in the comment in the video, and the typed message and verbally, I was responding to a comment someone said. And that person said, like, what they were saying to me, they didn't say Kurt's name. They didn't say Counterpunch Boxing. They said to me, something to the effect like, yeah, like, I feel you, Aries. I see why you don't fuck with these people. It's like these people, they interview people and then they sit there and they talk all this shit. But then when they talk to the person, when they interview them, they play nice with them. And after they said all this shit about them, and make them just as phony as the person they talking to, right? If you got all this shit to say when they're not on your live, you should say that shit when you're talking to them. And then I'm not talking about Kurt. I know who I was referencing, which was actually Blue Blood, for a video that he made, sitting up here making up lies about some shit, right? And then, excuse me, and then a comment, Dante's Boxing Nation made a comment, all of them, for not all of them, the same night. And I remember there was a situation where there's another guy, I cannot remember his name, and that person was, I forgot this guy's name, but he interviewed somebody and he basically was like talking to this motherfucker like they was the best of friends. I didn't feel the need to say anybody's name. So when that person said that to me in the comments, I said, yeah. When I was speaking verbally as well, I said, yeah. I said, you don't talk shit about people. I said, I see a lot of that. They talk shit about a person, and then they get them on their channel, and then they sit there like a dumbass, and they're scared to speak. That person typed in, and I saw it like the next day or some shit. He's like, yo, something like, I'm through with Counterpunch. I thought he let me down. Kurt was this and this and this. Now, I go in there and I say, hey, look, verbally in the video. And I type in, I said, listen, I didn't expect Kurt to get the guy on an interview so he could sit there and like start a fight with the guy. That's not what I expected him to do. I said, I knew he wasn't going to do the things that you guys are saying, because this was all about the Glovegate situation and all that. I said, so I knew it wasn't going to come down to that. I said, I've never, like, Kurt don't seem to be that type of person that's on that ignorant shit. I'm going to get a motherfucker on my channel, then I'm going to argue with him and, like, because God tell you to go fuck yourself and we can meet up in the street. How about that? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit up here like two little kids arguing about shit. Kurt is doing an interview. You understand what I'm saying? And the dude answered his questions, but he lied in his answers, okay? And videos of him, like one of the things was he asked him about the costume being too heavy. And he said, that's where he come up with the whole, no, Champ never said that. People misconstrue what Champ said. You couldn't find that video. It disappeared, but then it came back. So stuff like that. And I let that person know. I said, well, so you know, I said, I'm not referencing Kurt and counterpunch boxing. I said, I wasn't even referencing that. I said, I was talking about, just general situations. I didn't even say who I was talking about. No fear of me saying if I was whoever I'm talking about. I'm saying something about you, I'm going to say it. You guys know, you see my shit. You see what I do. I have no beef with nobody. Kurt ain't never did shit to me. You understand? I don't even know him. I respect his boxing knowledge though, because he's another guy that I don't have to agree or see things the same exact way you see it and vice versa. That's not going to make me feel no kind of way towards you. Okay. My thing is when you just lie about shit and make shit up. Why the fuck do I want to associate myself with something like that? I never seen Kurt like that. And if you remember, I'm telling people in the video, support Kurt DeVille's channel. And I did it again today. Salute to Kurt DeVille and counterpunch boxing. Salute to my man Nocturnal Thoughts. Another dude that, I'm just not on people's channels every day. So when I do my videos, I'm not getting information from other content creators like that. I go to like the main sources. You understand what I'm saying? So by the time I watch your video, I already uploaded my shit. And a lot of times, like if we're making videos about the same thing, well, the algorithm is going to bring these videos up. So just say, for example, if let's just say, for example, if I make a video right now and I'm talking about Muhammad Ali, and let's say Kurt DeVille does a channel video and say he mentions Ali's name in the thumbnail, then more than likely his video or anybody else's who just said something about Ali video, old ones and new ones will come up. So, I mean, there's so many people on here, man, that you forget about certain people at times because you're doing what you do. And then y'all know sometimes I'm not on here for a long time. And then I come back and, things like that. But, man, I always saluted Kurt DeVille and counterpunch boxing. Always watch what he did, and and it got, like I said, it gets to a point where sometimes you just don't see certain things. Same with Lady Chan. I was saluting Lady Chan, telling people support Lady Chan's channel. I don't beef with none of these people. I don't have a beef with Blue Blood. I don't know these motherfuckers. I don't respect the lies and the bullshit they do, and I make it known. If I'm sitting here in front of this motherfucker, I'll tell him like, nah, you be talking bullshit, Blue. What the fuck, man? Let's go back and look at what the fuck you just said. Now let's go back and look at what actually happened. And he looks stupid. Cause I give receipts for real. But I don't know Dante. I don't know none of these. I don't know these people. So let me put this out here. Now you hearing this today from me. Okay? January 1st, 2024. From day one, counterpunch boxing. That's one of the channels that I always like watching Kurt videos, but it's times I don't watch anybody faithfully. I'm not on here like that. Y'all see what I do. Sporting Icons. Nocturnal Thoughts. Lady Chan. It's another brother. I don't remember his name. He's a chubby guy, bald head, thick, long gray beard. I think he might box or kickbox or some shit himself. I forget his fucking what you call it, but I'm telling you, like, those are channels of people that I watch and I enjoy that content. Then you have the others that just make content. And let me just leave it at that. So yeah. And it's always been like that. Example, I don't know the last time I seen a Sporting Icons video. This is what I'm saying. I'm not coming on here to like, I forget names easy. You understand? If I could be telling you about a fighter right now. 5 minutes later, I might be talking and forget. Wait, damn, who the fuck? The fighter's name again? Who's the? It's like that, y'all. Never nothing personal with these people. Nothing. I'm gonna be mad at somebody that's never done nothing to me. I'm not mad at Blue Blood for the lies and the bullshit he tell. I'm not mad at these motherfuckers that's them. I'm not mad because 7-8 and them be meat riding Wilder. That's them. I give the boxing news. I don't respect that shit. No. The fuck I'm gonna say and pretend? Like, yeah, I said what the fuck I said. What? And? Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So you hearing this from me. So yeah. And that's the point. Because I didn't want that person to think that whatever agenda they may have had with Kurt, like I'm teaming up with them for what? And listen, here's the thing. Listening to this person, to their words, and I said it in the video as well. You can tell there's no them versus Kurt. There was no situation. That person was just angry because what they wanted was for Kurt to be like, hey, look, you said such and such and such and such, you lying piece of shit, because you said this and I heard that myself or whatever. I don't know if Kurt heard the video himself, but I know I heard it. It was one morning and I clearly heard Deontay, well, I ain't had no legs, when I was coming to the ring, my outfit weighed 45 pounds, whatever, and had the long ring walk. And remember at the end of that fight when Deontay said, when he said, well, I had some things going on before fighting came out, still like 15 minutes. She's like, and the lady was like, well, when you say that, you mean? He's like, I mean, like 15 minutes. She's like, you talk about training camp or whatever. And he said, no, about like 15 minutes before it came out. Remember he was talking about, you could tell something was wrong by the way my eyes was blinking and all that and whatever. And it's like, he's saying all of this shit. And he said, and to respond, because she asked what was he talking about, what he said, he had some things happen before he came out. Now, you stood there yourself and analyzed and realized that you're blinking your eyes and you're thinking in your head, well, I'm sure everybody see my eyes blinking, they know something wrong with me. Yeah, So everybody was laughing at him. Everybody from Stephen A. Smith to Max Kellerman to Teddy Atlas to everybody was making fun of him in his costume comment. So all of a sudden, all of us just seemed to have heard the same thing, but it was never said. So the article that it was printed up in disappeared. The audio disappeared. Him getting knocked out by Harold Sconia disappeared. And that fight never came back. Yes, he was knocked out, and the ref gave him a second chance in the same fight with the super long count. He know what that shit was. If I say to you guys, in the 6th round of the first fight with Luis Ortiz, Wilder got buzzed and was hurt bad. Okay? The ref didn't stop the fight. No problem. Cool. Right? But Wilder's wilding all over the place, right? Not throwing anything back. Am I lying? If I say the start of the 7th round, the doctor and the ref went over there and was checking on Wilder. He wasn't bleeding. He wasn't cut. Didn't have any swells and nothing like that. No, so dangerous look. So am I lying? Yeah, they was buying him time. You've seen it happen. Now, if I say, imagine if it would have been shoe on the other foot and he did that to Ortiz instead. You don't think that the Alphabet Boys would have been all over that making excuses? And that's something that you could see. They're making claims about shit that none of us can see, that it's factual. Why? Because Wilder said so. Somebody from Wilder's camp said so, right? Wilder says out of his mouth, somebody came back and told him that they overheard Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn saying that if he win the fight, they're going to retire. Now, once again, somebody said something, but I don't have proof. Now you just chatting and making up shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's not how men roll. I don't respect that. Somebody put a comment in one of my videos, I think last night, and asked me, like, what is it, like, why I don't like Wilder. And I told the person, I don't know Wilder. I don't like the dumb shit he do. I don't like the fact that he's a fucking bold-faced liar. He says shit, then he turns around and then deny the shit. And the fucking thing is, his fanboys sit up here and they hear it come out of his mouth, but try to put a twist on it. well, maybe he meant this. Well, maybe he meant that. No, Negro. He meant what he said. He's lying about it, but what he means is to just to fool and convince you that it's true. You know what I'm saying? So his mannerisms. He's a weirdo. I don't have to like the motherfucker. I don't know him. I don't want to know him. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know these people. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. So when I pull up the receipts and you hear this shit come out of his mouth after his minions deny it, doesn't that make you go, damn, Aries is telling the truth. He just speaking facts. He did say this shit. He did do that shit. Well, maybe it was because, okay, the man want to experience having a baby. That's not some goofy shit. It's not possible. Well, do you want to have a fucking baby? Oh, fuck no. Okay, so stop making excuses then. Do you understand what I'm saying? Excuses. He's just a fucking weirdo. Simple. He can call Anthony Joshua a slave for the white man, and then y'all repeat that shit. What the fuck is Shelly Finkel? Who persuaded him to turn on that $120 million? Huh? Yeah. Who stood there and said, you the boss at the end of the day? But, well, we're not going to put him in there with the likes of Vladimir Klitschko. You know, he's just a baby. Man was 30 fucking years old. So 8 fucking years ago, closing it on 9 now, he could have fought Vladimir Klitschko but didn't. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this shit, but it's okay for him to be disrespectful. Here's a black man calling another black man a slave to the white man. He over there buck dancing for Eddie Hearn. That's his words. Y'all don't find that shit disrespectful? But you find it disrespectful or get feel some kind of way because somebody pull up receipts about these lying ass motherfuckers. Come on, man. Come on with that bullshit, man. You know, Teddy Atlas, he gave an opinion on Mike Tyson. He said Mike Tyson was never a great fighter. Okay, and basically what he said was Mike Tyson never had to use his whole arsenal because his opponents was afraid of him before he even got in the ring with him, right? So basically, they didn't fight the way they should have because they was already defeated. Y'all say Teddy Atlas is hating on Deontay Wilder by saying that. Y'all say he's racist, all that shit about him, right? Said that about Tyson. Wilder say the same shit. Who Tyson for? Who he beat? He ain't fought nobody. All his opponents was scared of him before he went in. But this is a loving, peaceful man, right? Oh, just because somebody think Tyson would have knocked him out, that means he has to attack Tyson. Vice versa, right? Just because somebody say, you know what I mean? That's your opinion. That's all. That's all. He tried to disrespect Tyson's whole resume. But y'all don't say nothing when he say that, when he say that shit. Y'all know Teddy Atlas and him had an issue because Tyson, Mike Tyson disrespected a young girl that somebody that either he was related to or somebody he knew, like family, whatever it was. And he pulled the gun on Mike Tyson. Everybody knows that story, right? Well, they had a history. They hugged it out on camera and whatever. Who knows if Teddy Atlas still has some of that inside of him? Mike Tyson lived a scumbag life and he admitted that himself. Okay, and he had to get his shit together and whatever. A lot of times in life, man, look, what goes around comes around. Shit happens. I don't give a fuck how much you like, because you like a person. I said, so point is this. That's Teddy's opinion. I think Mike Tyson had great ability. You can't sit up here and fucking praise Deontay Wilder for knocking all them fucking meatballs that he knocked out, but then turn around and try to shit on Mike's resume. I mean, let's be real. Mike Tyson got more recognized by the way he knocked out and destroyed opponents. Mike Tyson was different. He was like a breath of fresh air when he came in. just different from all the other heavyweights that was out there at the time. In terms of his very best opponents, you got to look at it this way. There was a time Tony Tucker was the best person he fought. There was a time he fought Quick Tillis, went the distance. I think Quick Tillis was the first person to take him the distance. A lot of people felt like he won that fight. Well, he got a flash knockdown on Tillis, leaping in carelessly and dropped him. Wasn't in no real danger. You know, he imitated Muhammad Ali's style. That's how Quick Tillis tried to fight, just like Ali. And, you know, you got this thing where because Tillis was imitating Ali, the diehard Mike Tyson fans were saying that, nah, he'd have beat Ali. And it's like, okay, let me show you how it's a two-way street. But people try to overlook it. People always said Mike Tyson is just like Frazier. No, they're so different from each other. They're only similar in stature and the fact that they both come forward, but they fight completely different. Frazier didn't have Mike Tyson's footwork or hand speed. You know, but bottom line, there's differences with them. I could break down with them. So I said, okay, the point they're trying to make is that, well, Frazier was able to get a victory over Ali, and he fight just like Joe, which he don't fight just like Joe. But James Quick Tillis imitates Ali, and most people feel like he beat Tyson in that fight. So Quick Tillis could go 12 rounds with him, but somehow he'll just knock Ali out. Okay, make that make sense though. So the logic that they use in the comparison with Joe and Mike don't work for Tillis and Ali. That's what fanboys do, is idiotic, stupid shit. I don't care who you think will win. I say Ali all day. And what I will say about Tony Tucker, Razor Ruddock, you know, Michael Spinks, all these other people. Michael Spinks had high accolades, especially with, you know, coming from the light heavyweights and then the fights he had with Holmes and all. But look, man, when you look at their careers, look at what happened with Larry Holmes. Holmes ain't fought in like 3 years, had a short training camp, Don threw him $3 million, and didn't give him the proper amount of time he needed because he was a sacrificial lamb for Mike Tyson. And Mike went in there and beat him in 4 rounds. Holmes was 38 at the time, you know, hadn't fought in 3 fucking years. See how Mike Tyson fans don't bring that shit up about Holmes, though. They talk about the way he destroyed him. So you think Holmes was in his prime or something like that. No, that's not what happened. So with everything else happening, we seen the upset with Buster Douglas and all that. You know, we look at all the guys I look at that he fought. The best 2 fighters on his resume. If he fought and beat a prime Holmes, I'd have to put Holmes on there in that sense. But Holmes was done. Holmes was at a point where, okay, he can win fights against certain guys because he beat Ray Mercer with experience. Holmes is still a threat, but Holmes didn't have a full training camp when he fought Mike. You understand what I'm saying? And I think stylistically, Holmes, for him to beat Mike, he's going to need his legs. You understand what I'm saying? At that point. And he didn't have the legs to move around like he needed to. So that wasn't going to happen. Holyfield, okay, and remember, he fought Holmes. See, and what I'm saying stylistically is certain styles Holmes could get in there and rumble with. So that shows a testament to his greatness. But stylistically, he couldn't handle Mike shit. So at the same time, right? Same way, what's his name? Alex Stewart. Like I said before, man, he gave Holyfield 2 solid fights. Mike got him out of there in the first round. Stylistically, it was, you know, one of those things. So I got to say the 2 best names on Holyfield's, on Tyson's record is Holyfield and Lewis. The point what I'm saying is Mike didn't beat any great prime fighters. The only one you can really say that they had high praise that he beat that was, you could still say in his prime years, was Michael Spinks. You understand what I'm saying? You can't take that away from him. He did what he did. But, Tony Tucker was a solid fighter, don't get me wrong. Buster Douglas had skill. He had skill. He just was known to be a quitter. Razor Ruddock was hard punching, but limited, one-dimensional. Just, he didn't mix his arsenal up enough. I like the fight he had with Mitch Green. They had a history. But we talking about elite, Hall of Fame, like all-time greats. He don't have victories over a lot of people like that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, for the people that compare Mike Tyson and Deontay Wilder, in my strong opinion, Mike Tyson would destroy Deontay Wilder quickly. He'd fuck him up. Wilder, he has nothing to keep Mike off him. That right hand's not enough. Mike is too slick, too sharp, too hard to hit, and I don't think he knocks on Mike Tyson out at all. Mike ain't no fucking meatball. Let's not get it twisted. What I'm saying is, in terms of competition, even though Mike didn't have prime guys that was great, do you think that Deontay Wilder could really outbox Tony Tucker? It's possible he might catch him with that right hand, but it's also possible that he might not. And it's also possible that fucking Tony Tucker just might not go anywhere. Mitch Green was another tough motherfucker that could take a fucking beating. What I'm saying is, even with the guys, Mike still have a hell of a lot more credible names on his resume than Deontay. And all that aside, like I said, Mike Tyson versus Wilder. Wilder's getting knocked the fuck out. Mike will destroy that dude. Too light in the ass, too skinny, too easy to fucking get to. And that leaning back shit, Mike was lethal, man. I don't feel any of that when I watch Deontay. When I see something special, I feel it. Mike's ability was sick. Mike was a bad motherfucker, but no. I agree with Teddy to a degree. But way better than Wilder. But I understand what Teddy's saying in that situation. People know that they have a history, and they're tying that into it. I don't know. Excuse me. What Teddy feels for him, if he's holding a grudge or whatever. I don't know. I really don't care. But I do understand where he's coming from with that. And I agree with it, like I said, to a degree. But at the same time, like at the same time, you got to think. If you just look at the fight game, you had a lot of dudes, like people that don't know who Ike Ibeabuchi was. You got people that sleep on him because they don't know him. And he didn't, you watch him versus David Tua. Watch any of his fights, but watch that fight. And they still hold the record for the most punches thrown in a heavyweight fight to this day. Them two. So, yeah, man. They had some guys that was solid, man. They got guys that didn't become champ that was solid. They got guys like, when you look at a guy like, that's why I look at these heavyweights now and I'm like, I don't rate them in the 70s, 80s, and 90s era. None of them. And, when I look at Tyson Fury, his size don't impress me. None of them. I think Usyk would give certain people problems, but Usyk would have a lot of problems too. He wouldn't have the same type of... I don't see Usyk having the same type of success in those eras as he has right now. Fighters were different, man. And you have to be able to have seen this shit to understand. It's easy to look at what's in front of you and say, oh, this person would have did this and that. It's like I told you. You watch all these people that do these reaction videos to Michael Jordan, the Bulls mixtape. They always, they don't react like that to LeBron. They don't react like that to Kobe. They don't react like that today. They give him their props and yo, he's the man. Yo, he's the GOAT. He's this. But my point is, they haven't even seen Jordan play. Yet they're wearing Jordans and they're talking about who's this and who's that. But when they see him, the reaction is like, oh, yo, I ain't know Jordan was like that. Yo, Jordan was different. How the fuck did you do it? You're not even giving that reaction to the people that you saying are better than Jordan. So what did that tell you? I'm supposed to say they're better than Jordan because they're closer to my era. No, that's bullshit. Say what the fuck the truth is. And that's the problem people have, saying the truth. Okay? But, you know, before Deontay Wilder, Tyson had his millions too, and he still have them. You know? And people make up excuses for all the dumb shit that they do. Mike Tyson could sit here and say, I don't like my former self. Like when I think about the person I used to be and stuff like that or whatever. Then you see him one day, he look high out of his mind, and he has something completely different to say. But when he's sober, he goes back to saying he don't like the person he used to be. And that's the shit that people embrace. You don't have to embrace negativity. You don't have to embrace what things that you did to inflict pain and damage, other people's lives. What's cool about that? So just saying, we need change in life, period. So Aries is not the kind of person for the New Year's resolutions. I'm not into all that superstitious stuff and all of that. But I just say that people need to learn to listen. They need to learn, period. They need to understand they don't know every fucking thing. And it's not wise to speak on shit with so much conviction when you don't even know what the fuck you've done. I couldn't tell you what it's like to be a fighter if I wasn't one. I can't tell you what it's like to be incredibly strong if I wasn't. I can't tell you nothing, okay, and speak on shit the way I do if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know. And my opinion is my opinion. We all have the right to our opinions, but I'm not biased about my opinion. Like example, I don't give a shit about Tyson Fury as a fighter. But he's better than Wilder. Am I fucking lying? Well, yeah, because Fury cheated. Okay. That's about the most lame shit they can come up with. He's not better, but somebody could beat him. Now, you hear me saying, Fury was never a big combination puncher, but he put punches together better than he does now. Since he's got all fat and bloated, he just depends on that jab straight. And he uses weight to try to lean on people. And that's why I said he coming in with that 273 shit is going to backfire against Usyk, in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what Usyk and his team is looking at, but me seeing what I see, I would expect them, and he's a southpaw and I'm a southpaw. I could switch up, either way. And pedestrians, I could either way. But if he see the same weaknesses, the same flaws I see, he may have a much easier time beating Fury than people understand. Now, if Fury decides to go in there and go into boxing mode, stay behind that jab, try to be quicker, come in there lighter, because that's what he needs to do, is be first and keep Usyk on the outside of his reach. That's what he needs to do all night long. But just saying, y'all, we need change in life. It's not just a boxing thing. I'm not starstruck. I don't give a fuck about nobody's celebrity status. I don't see Anthony Joshua or Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jackson. I don't see anybody. I don't see them any different than I see any of you. We're all just human beings. We're people. So I don't care about all that. What this person accomplished. Shit. I don't care about any of that, man. None of that. You got a mother and a father. If your mother and father ain't rich, do you feel like you love them more if they was? Would you love your kid any less if they don't become rich and famous or something? Or, I always look at it like this, and I tell people, you got to understand something, right? Life is not promised to none of us. I'm just chatting with y'all to bring in the new year, you know. Just chatting with y'all, but life is not promised to none of us. And I use this as an example to wake people to fuck up, think like, because I realize common sense isn't contagious. Things are not gonna make you live forever. Things don't make you better than nobody else. Okay? I know a person who still be alive if they didn't get their hands on a gun. Okay? They never had a license for it. And I didn't, know what was going on. This was years ago. But they'd still be here. Probably. You never know. You never know what else could happen. But what they had and why they was able to get it was because of a salary increase and the way they got that promotion. When you sleeping with the boss type thing. Yeah. I don't call nobody boss, by the way. That was his words always. Yeah, gotta go see the boss real quick, open the whatever. Yeah. Get that increase, whatever. He went out and bought something that he really had no business buying. If he went and got a license, he didn't do it the right way and lost his life because he thought that gun made him invincible. Now, more money, more problems. I always say this. What if Kobe Bryant didn't play basketball? Would people have gave a fuck about him as much if he'd have died the same way with his daughter in that private jet? What if he'd have been on a train or a bus and the same thing happened? Still Kobe Bryant, but he's not known to the world. Does his life mean being less because of that? Same way, if he didn't have that jet, that private jet, that private plane, whatever, he might still be here. So it doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna go. Doesn't matter if you're rich, if you're not rich, whatever the bottom line is. Nothing is promised to us. So just wanted to make that known to y'all because just people don't think about things like that, man. They don't think about what's really important. They have this mindset to think that everything is like whatever little fantasy they have going on in their head. But I do know that there's going to be times in life that we're going to get challenges that we don't want. The worst things, the most annoying, unnecessary things happen at the most inconvenient times. It's going to be times you have money saved up and you good. Okay, now I can do this and that. Some dumb shit happens. Now that same money, now you got to tap into it. But isn't it better to have it than not have it? So only thing, in closing, I'm saying going into this new year, just more the same. But the attitude adjustments need to be in. Positivity needs to, if you don't have that positivity and you don't change the way you see things, you don't question things and understand, you know what, I could do this better. You know what, there's a different way, there's a better way to do this. You're going to get the same results. And 2024 will be just a continuation of 2023 with the same bullshit. So what are you willing to dismiss from your life to make the changes better in your life, to make the necessary changes to make your life easier, to get more enjoyment out of life? You can't go along with the bullshit. Let me just say it like this, man. I mean this shit. If you married, man, stop fucking around with other people's wives. You're a married woman, stop fucking around with other people's husbands. Stop coming home telling your kids about right and wrong, but you sneaking out doing everything you shouldn't do. What goes around comes around. And then, like I said, look at all the amount of people they say got AIDS and how many people have HIV and all that, don't even know it. What if you don't get it, but what if your son or daughter do? What if you have a pregnant daughter or something and she have it and the baby, and the baby has it too. The baby don't make it. What? You got to always think. Fuck around, go up in something, you walk around with some shit you can't get rid of. And it's not about, my grandmother said something to me. I'll never forget this. My grandmother told me, you don't have to be in a relationship. Okay. You don't have to be in a relationship to have self-respect. All right. And that always stuck with me. And I always felt like this as well. If there was no such thing as diseases, what about principles and integrity? What about honor? See, that shit don't mean nothing to anybody anymore. That's why one day, the dude like, yo, I'm clapping them cheeks right there, bro. Then that motherfucker, this bitch got me for fucking child support. Yo, nigga, I ain't got no money, man. I can't even put gas in my car. Man, believe me. And I done told a lot of people, bro, you need to slow down, man. And this funny thing is when people say to me, yo, Aries, you just be chilling though, man. You don't be bitching about nothing. You be chilling, my dude. I'm just like, yeah. And sometimes I gotta tell people when they start talking about what they going through and they stress and all that, I'm like, you see how I move, right? Yeah. I'm like, all right, so I don't do what you do. So that's why I don't suffer the same headaches that you do. I have my share of headaches in life. Shit happens. But when you deliberately do things you shouldn't, man, come on, man. It's life. And that's why I do what I do. And when I stay on somebody's ass is because they look, you continue to lie, I continue to step on you. And all I'm doing is using your own shit against you. That's all. Funny story real quick. Yeah, I wanted to close this shit with funny story real quick, right? I remember like somebody was telling me, it said, I make them not want to be religious anymore. I said, what you mean I make you not want to be religious anymore? And then I said, the person was saying things that I bring to their attention they never paid attention to, right? I said, listen, I ask you questions because you come to me and say things. And when you say things to me, okay, I'm asking you questions to get your attention, to make you pay attention to what's in front of you, right? Like, perfect example. I said to him, like, he's talking to me, and he said, yeah, like, see, the story about Adam and Eve eating that apple, like, certain things get me. And in his explanation, him saying, like about the time frame and this, that, and, like, how is a serpent talking? And I said, yeah, well, how is a serpent talking to a human, and the human didn't find it odd that a snake was talking to them, right? I said, but something else. I said, you have you studied the Bible or have you just read it? I read it. I said, okay, but did you study? Did you read it and actually study? Have you stripped these verses down and had questions and conversation about it so you have an understanding of what it is? He's like, go kinda. I said, okay. So let me just help you out. You do know the word apple was not in the Bible not one time, right? And don't you know that through time, he came to me and said, you absolutely right. The word apple is nowhere in the Bible. Now, why do we say that they ate the apple? Because that's what we was taught. So when I say question things, when I say, I'm not going to dig no deep into that, but just say, that's just a small example of what I'm saying. People repeat things because they was taught. I don't care if my mama was taught it, my daddy was taught it, whoever. I don't feel we should be compelled to feel a way or see things a certain way because you're saying we should. The right thing to do in your decision and understanding something is like, your father can't teach you to be a builder if he wasn't one. He can't teach you what he don't know. So a lot of times the understanding that people have is not because of them studying. They're just repeating what they were taught. You understand what I'm saying? And people who know the less is always the ones talking the most. That's just how shit goes. The wise ones will step back and observe. Okay? And you question everything. It's going to piss people off when they see that you're right. And it's like, I'm not trying to change your mind about nothing. I'm just telling you the truth. So yeah, you've been sitting up there all these years out your life and never realized that that word is not even in there. Simple, y'all. That's all. Being real is not hard. Being understood is. And then I just don't care about that. Why? We all have the right to see things a certain way, right? For me, it's not about what I want to believe. It's what the truth is, and I stand on it. Now, I'm not a person that can be bought or sold. And like I said before, if I was worried about numbers, I could be sitting up here telling y'all all types of goofy shit. Yo, I got exclusive content. You only gonna get here. Yo, get the likes up. Yo, I'm waiting for people to get up in here. Come on, y'all. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. I could do that. And there's nothing wrong in people trying to get their numbers up. But it's wrong when they're telling you lies and bullshit. But y'all gotta be smarter than that. And let's just be honest. What exactly is it going to do for your life to know the exact date that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is going to fight or some shit? I mean, I come here for boxing discussions. We can elaborate on some things and we can have fun on the channel. You know, I can educate people on shit, but you know, you do have people that think they know everything anyway. But I mean, is it life-changing for me to tell you the date, the time of event and venue and all that? Like, I mean, it's news that you're going to find out later anyway. And then you're going to know, okay, the fight's happening. I mean, it's just different. It's just different. I actually seen a TikTok video where a guy was sitting there playing a football game. I think he's playing Madden or something. And he was like, if I lose this game, I will literally shave my head on video in front of all of you. Yo, all I need y'all to do is do this, that, whatever he was saying. It's something he was asking for, whatever. And I said to myself, damn, this dude has like 8,000 people watching his TikTok right now. I never knew watching somebody get a fucking haircut was that goddamn exciting. I mean, like, really? So if you lose, you're going to shave your hair. And you're going to have 8,000 people sitting there going, oh shit, yo, he shaved his head. Like, that's exciting. I don't get it, y'all. But anyway, it's been real. I've been on this motherfucker 2 hours and 2 minutes so far talking. All right. And I think this is going to be the last video I make today. Who knows, right? Anyway, it's been real. Salute y'all. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Stay up. Stay positive. Stay focused. And let's have a great 2024. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.